This weekend, big game for me personally, big game for the nation. It's going to be Oklahoma's first in the SEC against a really good SEC opponent, number 6 Tennessee, bringing Josh Heupel back home. Quarterback Nico Iamaleava is really playing well. Jackson Arnold at Oklahoma has really not been playing well. So let's start with positives. What has Nico been doing well that puts them in a position to score as often as they do and might give them an edge against a really good defense at Oklahoma?
For starters, their head coach puts people in very, very difficult situations with how fast they're running play in and play out. But Nico, he is an elite. He's like FedEx. He's gonna get the package to you right where it needs to be, right on time. Right? He's an elite distributor of the football. He plays. He's never sped up, right? And the offense that they're running, I gotta say, helps him out a ton with that because people cannot bring pressure. They cannot disguise coverages. All the things that I think that would make could make it difficult for Arch to be a successful quarterback. Teams are prohibited from doing that against his Tennessee Volunteers football team. One, because they play so fast. Two, because they spread you out so wide that you have to show what you're doing as a defense earlier, just due to the structure of their offense. But he knows what defenses are throwing at him. He's prepared every play. And he's probably, when you match up the strength of his arm with the accuracy of his arm, top tier, right? There's nobody in college football who I think can do the things that he can do as a quarterback. And to me, if I was to talk about like, hey, who's got the opportunity to be the first pick in that, what is that, 2025 draft class? As a quarterback, I'd be thinking Nico, just because of the arm strength, right? Him and Arch have done some of the same things like throwing accurate balls, but his arm is on another level. And I think he has the athleticism together with the arm strength, arm accuracy, ability to throw every throw that make him really special to me.
Well, they're going to be eligible in the same draft. That'd be 2026, which is why it's fascinating for me because it seems like he picked the offense up as quickly as they gave it to him. They've scored 35 in every game that they've played or more, right? And he has shown a tenacity for getting after people. He's also shown a tendency to get tricked. He threw a pick six against NC State, and that was their only touchdown that Tennessee allowed, meaning the defense has been playing really well too. But I would really like to unpack this offense that Josh Heupel is running at Tennessee, that he ran at Central Florida, because the knock on it has been it doesn't translate well to the NFL. And I would appreciate you just treat us like we're stupid, right? And walk us through what makes that offense one that works at this level, but perhaps doesn't work as well at the next.
How about I show you a couple clips real quick and we can kind of
Love
talk
it.
about it like that.
Love it. Love it.
All right, so this isn't something that we'll see like Tennessee do a ton, but this is an example like a limited, like you're really limiting him in terms of what he can read, and how he can like fix it. There's no ability to fix anything in this offense right here. So we go max protection, which means that they have eight guys in the block and they have one, two receivers who are available to run around. Now, what North Carolina State's going to do here is they're going to have a post safety in the middle of the field. So he's taking away this post. So that is gone. Cannot throw that. That is out when you drip the play. So we said we had two guys running route. He's gone. The only thing Nico has the ability to do right here is throw it to this dig. Now that the plan was when they drew this play up, we're gonna go play action and we're gonna suck up these four guys. That doesn't work, right? This gets really, really cloudy. He's unable to make that throw, and we end up throwing a pick right to the middle of the field safety. Like those sorts of things do not bode well for Nico, right? That's not real NFL offense where you're working through reads, getting through progressions, and you're trying to find somebody to throw the football to.
I'm curious when you see something like that as a quarterback and you know that you got a two-man route out there and you know there's two things you can do with the ball. You can throw it to the other team or you can eat it. What would you expect him to do if that was another situation he found himself in?
So there's two things I would like to do. One, definitely eat it. But like let's say we're at the NFL level. That's where you want to see those check downs, right? People always talk about, hey, in the NFL, what we're seeing now is check down merchants. That's a discipline. Like people talk about that as if it's a knock, like getting to your check down. That is a discipline to say this isn't there, let me hit my back in the flat. Like that takes practice, that takes command and knowledge of what you're doing as an offense. And it takes just a good mindset. You want to go to the line of scrimmage every time you approach it and say, "Hey, I want to be as aggressive as possible while mitigating risk." Right? In this offense, right here, in this particular instance, this is not me saying anything bad about Tennessee's offense as a whole, but in this particular instance, he didn't have that opportunity and he didn't have the discipline to not throw very contested pass. But there's so many other things they do well that I want to show you that is great for college football, but I don't know if it's like, hey, this is going to make Nico a better player in the long run.
Show them to me. Like, I would love to see what this offense is doing when it is working well.
All right, now this is what makes Tennessee's offense like really special to me, right? So what they do that you won't see at the NFL level is like, look at this lineup, right? You see him almost at the tick mark. Like that is so wide. The amount of space that you have to cover when you're playing against this Tennessee offense is ridiculous. So they've got you expanded the width of the field, right? You're gonna have to defend all 53 and a third. Oh, let me just run this one more time so I can see the full content. Okay. Now what you're doing when you expand it this far is he's on the boundary and he's outside the numbers. That's just a width of space that you'll never see in the NFL. But we know what we're doing. We're trying to create a pick here and a pick here on this wheel route or switch release. Like these things don't happen in the NFL. Like this ability to just push the ball down the field. We know that we're getting single high coverage, you're getting man to man, but at the NFL level, we can't dictate coverage like that. We
Mm-hmm.
can't create those wide open plays. You're gonna have to have the discipline to work your reads 1, 2 to 3 to check down because we can't get splash plays like that.